we are witnessing a powerful and kind of dizzying thing in the AI landscape right now.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, you've got these tools getting dramatically cheaper, faster, putting efficiency out there for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. But then, at the exact same time, you're seeing these deep, really fundamental breakthroughs happening in labs.
Right.
Like, think about an AI predicting a totally new cancer therapy path. And it gets confirmed right away in experiments.
It's wild.
It's both the engine for, global efficiency and the key to some really profound scientific discovery. All at once.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a pretty comprehensive update on this whole AI ecosystem. Our mission really is to cut through the noise and show you where the real leverage points are emerging.
So we'll kick things off by unpacking Anthropic's new model, kind of the sleeper hit. We'll talk about why low cost is such a game changer for designing applications.
Okay.
Then we're going to do a quick run through of the global power shifts, the scaling ambitions, some big picture stuff.
And then finally, we dive into the deep science, that bio-AI breakthrough that, well, it might just change medicine as we know it. Okay, so let's unpack that efficiency story first. Anthropic just dropped Claude Haiku 4.5. And while, the bigger, flashier models like Opus grab the headlines, Haiku 4.5 might be the real story here. Because it's really targeting high performance, but without that massive price tag.
Yeah, if you're actually building software or shipping AI agents today, the numbers are just kind of unbelievable.
Tell us.
This thing is 2 times faster and 1/3 the cost compared to Sonnet, its closest relative in the family.
Wow.
We're talking about seriously cutting operating budgets for developers.
Yeah.
Like dramatically.
Right, that's the real shift, isn't it? Operations. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Haiku 4.5's performance. It's actually on par with much larger models. Think GPT-5, Sonnet 4, even Gemini 2.5 on key benchmarks.
So it's a specialized tool, but it punches way above its weight class. And that speed, that cost efficiency.
Yeah.
It translates directly into being ready for production, right?
Yeah, we heard Zencoder's CEO quoted saying this model is, quote, unlocking an entirely new set of use cases.
And why? Because usually these small, fast models, they aren't quite, let's say, serious enough for complex, real-world stuff.
But Haiku 4.5 is. The sources give us some technical specifics to back this up.
Vámonos.
Okay, it scored 73% on SWE Bench, that tests software reasoning, and 41% on Terminal Bench, which is for command line tasks.
Okay, let's break those down just a bit. SWE Bench, 73% means it can do pretty complex things, like take a GitHub repo, find a real bug, and actually fix it correctly.
So really functional for software development, not just theory.
Exactly. Not just theoretical potential. It works.
So what does this increased capability combined with the lower price, what does it actually mean for how we build AI systems?
Well, it enables something called AI sub-agent orchestration at scale.
Okay, let's define that. AI sub-agent orchestration.
It basically means managing lots of small, specialized AIs that all work together to complete one big, complex mission.
Right. Think of it like stacking Lego blocks, maybe, but blocks of data and decision-making.
Good analogy. And because Haiku 4.5 is so cheap to query, you can run dozens of these little specialized agents working in parallel without spending a fortune. That capability was just cost prohibitive last year for almost everyone. Now, it's kind of becoming the new baseline.
Imagine an AI running, say, 30 different price-checking agents at the same time, in real time.
Yeah, maybe bidding on some constantly changing inventory auction or something.
Yeah. That level of rapid parallel intelligence, it was financially impossible for anyone but the absolute biggest tech players until recently.
And now it's accessible. Much more accessible.
So here's the probing question then. Does this intense focus on speed and cost fundamentally change how developers approach building large-scale AI systems?
Yeah, absolutely. Low-cost models let you bake AI into every corner, even in free apps.
Okay, shifting gears a bit to the wider ecosystem. We're seeing these huge global scaling ambitions colliding with some really intense market competition.
Yeah, let's start with some utility applications. On the creative side, Google just dropped Veo 3.1. That's their video generation model.
What's new there?
Smoother control, which is great. And finally, native audio generation built right into the video. That's actually a massive upgrade.
Okay, yeah. Native audio is a big deal, and for just, day-to-day work.
Claude Code is becoming this quiet powerhouse. The source material detailed, like 50 creative ways non-technical folks are using it.
Like who?
Marketing managers, analysts, people using it to automate complex processes without needing to be coders themselves. It really shows how coding ability is being democratized.
That's huge. But, seeing all these powerful tools, it doesn't magically make everything simple.
No, definitely not. The underlying complexity is still there.
I have to admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself when I'm trying to build complex agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start with a great idea, but the more instructions you layer in, the harder it gets sometimes to keep the agent really focused on the original goal.
Right, sir.
It's a surprisingly human problem in this AI world.
That's a really honest admission.
Yeah.
Prompt engineering is still kind of an art beat. But stepping back to the big picture, the ambition, the scaling efforts are just extreme.
How extreme?
Well, there are reports. Gemini 3, the upcoming model. Allegedly, it cloned an entire Windows operating system in one go during testing.
Get out. Really?
Now, that's the rumor. It speaks to the raw foundational power being built behind the scenes.
And that kind of engineering takes massive, massive capital. Look at OpenAI. They're apparently aiming for a $1 trillion valuation.
Wow.
And spending $13 billion a year right now. Mostly funded by user revenue, actually. That spending shows how they're constantly pushing into new areas beyond just chatbots.
And you need the physical space for all that compute, right? Infrastructure. Meta's putting $1.5 billion into a new AI-optimized data center down in El Paso.
They're literally pouring concrete to build the foundation for these huge models.
Cementing the infrastructure, yeah.
Now let's look at the global dynamic. There was this viral chart going around. Shows a massive shift.
What's the shift?
All the top open weight models, they're now Chinese.
That's significant. This competition isn't just about business. It feels geopolitical, too.
It does. But, the flip side of all that competition is often democratization, right? More access.
Yeah, exactly. Like OpenAI releasing a no-code platform. Anyone can build custom AI agents now. No technical skills needed.
Oracle did something similar too. Rolled out 50 AI agents for automating tasks. No extra cost. The power is definitely being pushed outward.
And policy is trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Anthropic shared, 9 economic policy ideas specifically for governments.
Yeah, that engagement shows the industry knows it has this huge societal impact. They have to be part of the conversation.
Okay, so probing question time. Given that rapid rise of open-weight Chinese models, how does this shift the global dynamics of AI power?
Well, more competition means faster innovation, more accessible tools globally. It definitely pushes Western development speed. All right, let's pivot now. Away from the commercial side, the efficiency, the scale, and towards pure scientific discovery. This is where AI might be changing what we even thought was possible in biology. We're diving into that Google DeepMind and Yale bio-AI advancement.
Yeah, this is genuinely major scientific news.
Yeah.
They released a model called Cell Two-Sentence Scale 27B. Let's call it C2S scale.
C2S scale, got it.
It's a large language model built on Google's Gemma architecture, but it was specifically trained to deeply understand how single cells behave.
So it wasn't just like reading scientific papers?
Oh, no, they put it to work. It simulated the effects of over 4,000 different drugs across 2 distinct immune settings.
Okay, what were those settings? Why 2?
It's important. They used immune context positive samples. These come from patient cells where the immune signals are weak.
Right.
Think of it as a challenging real-world scenario. And they also used immune context neutral settings. Those are your standard controlled lab cell cultures. More like a clean Petri dish environment.
Okay, so testing in both a complex patient-like setting and a simpler lab setting.
Exactly. And by simulating across both, the AI, it predicted a brand new pathway for cancer therapy.
Something completely novel.
Completely novel. And it's since been confirmed in actual lab experiments. This is real discovery, not just crunching existing data.
Wow. How specific was the finding?
Incredibly specific. The C2S scale model flagged one particular compound.
Yeah.
A kinase CK2 inhibitor. Its technical name is silmetassertib, but let's call it CX4945.
CX4945, that's the drug target.
That's the one. And the effect it predicted, it had never been reported before, anywhere.
Okay, so what happened when they tested it in the lab?
They confirmed the AI's prediction. They found roughly a 50% increase in something called antigen presentation.
50% increase, that sounds significant.
It's massive. Antigen presentation is basically how a cancer cell signals the immune system. It lets the T cells see the tumor and attack it.
Ah, okay.
So boosting that visibility by 50%, that's a huge, potentially actionable step towards new cancer treatments, specifically immuno-oncology.
What's really critical here, though, is how this discovery happened? You said it wasn't like AlphaFold, right? Not predicting a protein's shape.
Exactly. This wasn't about predicting structure. It was more like conversational guidance.
Conversational guidance with an AI.
Yeah, it sounds a bit sci-fi, but drug discovery seems to be becoming, well, promptable.
Promptable drug discovery.
Researchers are essentially talking to the model, guiding it through incredibly complex biological data, asking it to flag potential targets that fit certain conditions.
Whoa. Just imagine scaling that, using this kind of bio-AI power to analyze data for, I don't know, 1 billion different diseases.
The potential speed up in discovery is just. It's accelerating faster than we've ever seen before, exponentially faster.
Okay, probing question. How significant is it that this process was more about prompting the model, this conversational guidance, rather than the traditional structure prediction like AlphaFold?
It means researchers can now conversationally guide discovery, speeding up results dramatically. It changes the workflow.
What a deep dive that was. So if we try to synthesize these two huge themes we've discussed, efficiency on one side, profound discovery on the other, we're seeing a real shift in AI architecture, aren't we?
Definitely. We've moved away from just focusing on raw power, like the early days of GPT-4 or Opus, towards AI that's much more specialized, optimized, kind of right-sized for the job.
Exactly. You've got Haiku 4.5, built purely for scalability and low-cost orchestration in software development. And then you have C2S scale, laser-focused on deep scientific specialization like single-cell biology.
The future isn't just about having the biggest model anymore.
No, it's about using the right size AI for the right specific problem.
And the barrier to entry for doing that, it's dropping fast.
Yeah, whether you want to build sophisticated, specialized AI agents thanks to models like Haiku,
or you want to conduct fundamental scientific discovery using tools like C2S scale.
The difficulty, the cost, it's just rapidly decreasing.
Yeah, it really is.
Which leads us to a final provocative thought for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay.
If the cost and the complexity of building these powerful, specialized AIs are dropping so quickly, what complex human domain, something we previously thought was impenetrable by AI, what's going to be the next one to fundamentally fall?
Yeah, what field are you going to start applying this kind of thinking to? Where's the next breakthrough going to come from?
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the latest in AI efficiency and the incredible biological frontiers it's now starting to open up.
We really encourage you to dig into the links and the concepts we talked about today. There's a lot more there.
Until next time.